Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are out in the country, and this is our workshop. Give everyone a few minutes to pop on. Hopefully, everything will be able to pop up, and all 39 of our members will be able to join us. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Hopefully, we'll pop up, guys. So good morning and welcome. This is our first day in the workshop. I am trying to find our live. So good morning. Hello, hello, hello. See if I can go back home with it. Refresh it and get us pulled up. Good morning. Yeah, just for a minute. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully we are not still interrupted. I am blurry though. Can you tap that for me, please? So, maybe that cleared us up and fixed us a little bit. Maybe not. I'm still blurry. Let's see. It's refreshing. Good morning, guys. I'm going to need you to tap me again because I've waited long enough. So, good morning. You can swap those comments away. There we go. Maybe. Good morning again, Miss Crystal. That worked. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. So, today is going to be a basic tutorial. We're not going to finish a product. We're going to start to show you how to do stuff, but it's going to be a pretty much a wide span of events. I'm not going to be able to work long with everybody today. My knee is totally, oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Ardith, but the replays will always be ready, okay? They'll always be available. So, we're going to do a lot of close-ups. I'll be up there a lot instead of back here. I do have my daughter that can zoom in while I'm working to show you my hands a little bit better. Granted, they need to be cut, and yeah, so you can tell I've already been outside working this morning, but hey, it's life. So good morning. Miss Debbie says she thinks she's ready. Of course you're ready. Yes, ma'am, Miss Bobette. And again, guys, these will always be available for you to watch. So if you get in the middle of something and you need to learn what you're doing again, or you need to see it again, you can always just hit back. So yes, you will always be able to see the comments. You will be able to see everything that you need to see again on replay. Did you get all your stuff done? So, the first thing that I want to talk to you about is, I'm going to set my mesh aside because I don't want to talk on it first, okay? Wreath frames and how to determine what size you need and what style you need. I know we only have 19 in here. I know a lot are going to catch the replay. A lot are at work and doing. So we'll be back again tonight after my basketball practice. Yes, Miss Patricia got you in here. Awesome. Okay, so yes, hello, hello, hello. All right, so this is a 16-inch work frame. The reason they call this a work frame is it's raised up and it already has your tinsels on it. So, hi, Miss Gigi. Yes, hello. So, at any time that y'all cannot find me, you can definitely just type in. It should have sent you a notification that you were here, but you can always check in on the group, just like you would any other group. Just type in Out in the Country Woodwork or Out in the Country Workshop. So, this is the work wreath form. They already have their tinsels on it. Everything's already there for you, and it's raised up. So, this is a 16-inch. Now, if this was not a work wreath form, the way that I would determine, this one would be a little bit wacky because it doesn't have as many brackets. So I would have to go like in between the basic amount of them, okay? But this is a 16-inch and it already has all your tinsels. The way that you want to do this is you would add a section of mesh to each one of these. So each grouping that you have would be in each of these. And the groupings would be your two meshes, your ribbons and all of your extras is what I'm considered a grouping. So yes, but this is already on here just like this. Baby, you don't have to stay in here if you don't want to. You look dead.
No, I just don't want to.
Okay. So, like I said, this already has the tinsels on it. This is a 16-inch. As far as work wreath forms go, I prefer the 16-inch if I am using the one with the tinsels already on it. That's just my personal preference. To me, it's pretty much the most affordable, and it does the job of what I need it to do. Now, I use Dollar Tree wreath frames the most, which are our 14-inch wreath frames. And they have 6 brackets on them. And so I use 6 on the inside and 6 on the outside. Okay? So that is the 14-inch Dollar Tree frames. They always have the 6. Those are the most consistent frames that I have found are the Dollar Tree. Everything else is a hit and miss on consistency. But the Dollar Tree forms basically always have the 6 on the inside and 6 on the outside. And I am going to show you how to attach your chenille stems to this. With the 16-inch wire wreath form, you already have those on there, so you don't have to attach anything else. With this, the Dollar Tree ones, you do have to attach your chenille stems, and we will show you that. This is a one from Hobby Lobby, and this is, I'm not sure what size that is.
14?
No, it's smaller than a 14. I'm thinking a 12. Yeah, so this is a 12-inch frame. And as you see with the 12-inch frame, there's only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would have 5 on the inside and 5 on the outside for 12. Or, there's that math. For, yeah. So 5 on the inside, 5 on the outside. That would be 10 total chenilles for a 12-inch. So you see that this is a 5, it's a 12-inch, and then 14 has 6. Then on that, how many on the 16-inch, how many tinsels do you have?
9.
You have 9? So on the 16-inch,
7 on the inside.
She has 9 on the outside and 7 on the inside. So that's kind of the difference. Guys, can everybody still see and hear me? My comments, oh, maybe my comments are. I don't know. No, they're not scrolling for me. So, hopefully everybody can see and understand what I'm doing. All right, so on this one, which is a 20-inch, and this is also from Hobby Lobby. This is a 20-inch, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 brackets. So the 20-inch is going to have 10 on the inside and 10 on the outside for a total of 20. But this is the 20-inch wreath form. And I would do my chenilles exactly the same way. One on the middle, the bracket, and then in between the brackets. So I would go blurry, blurry. Can you tap me, please, Christina? I do apologize, guys. Yep. Maybe that fits us. Blurry. Okay, so she tapped me. Can hear me, but you're blurry. Okay. So we're working on getting that fits. That should have straightened us up, guys.
This is all I don't like.
So, this is the 20-inch. And it has 10 on the inside, 10 on the outside. Hi, Miss Deanna. Yes, can hear you, but you're blurry. Okay, so hopefully that blurriness straightened up for me. It keeps like reconnecting for some reason, and I'm not on Wi-Fi, so I'm not understanding that. Better, better. Awesome. So, guys, this is a whopping 24-inch frame.
A whopping?
Yes, a whopping 20. It's big. Like, it's huge for what we are used to. We normally work with our 14-inch. So you can see the difference in the size. I have 8 on both the 16-inch frame. Yes, Miss Karen. So if you have 8 brackets, you're going to use 8 on the inside and 8 on the outside. Correct.
You guys, you just picked up a 16-inch frame on a 14.
No, I did not. This is 14.
You said it was a 16.
No. You have the 16.
Oh, my
Don't
bad.
do that to me.
My bad. That's my bad.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is on this one, guys. This is the, I'm blurry again.
So how many Chanel stems is that?
Well, I said there's 13, and 13 would be 26. So the 24-inch would have 26 on it. So you really have to just go by how many brackets that you have on here. I had her touch it, Miss Debbie. Maybe it's not still blurry. Hopefully it will get better. But like I said, it just keeps reconnecting on me for some reason, and I don't know why. But, so this is the bigger one. So the way that you can tell, no matter what size frame that you have, go by your brackets. How many ever brackets you have? Have I ever done a 24-inch? No, I have never done. But this is going to be a goal for the new year. I'm going to do one this big sometime in 2021. That is definitely going to be a goal. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot. But yeah, I think I'll stop. I think it keeps focusing on the frame. Yeah, I think it's just frame. Yeah, because I'm bouncing up and down with the frame. So I hope it'll stop. Yes. So this is one. If you go by the front, the brackets in the middle is what you would want to do on all of your frames, guys. It is the most easiest and precise way to know how many Chanel stems that you need. Is how many ever brackets you need times that by 2. So double your brackets on it. Okay, so I am going to show y'all with a 14-inch because that is the main size that we work with. That'll take a large sign. Yes, it definitely will take a large sign, which I have a large sign, so that's not a problem. Well, I have that Santa over there too. So we do have a large sign. Where did I get the 20-inch? Hobby Lobby. So all of my larger frames I picked up at Hobby Lobby. So we're going to work with a 14-inch from Dollar Tree, okay? And we know that it has 6 frames, or 6, what I call them, brackets. You are so distracting.
I'm helping
You are moving around and bounce. Y'all, you can tell she's not used to my lives. So there are 6 on the inside and 6 on the outside. So this 14-inch will be a total of 12 Chanel stems. So I'm going to come get closer to you. That way I can show you these up close. Or how about you just zoom the camera? Will you zoom the camera?
Sorry if you get motion sickness.
Okay, now go down to the frame. Okay, can everyone see this frame a lot better now? Can you see all of the brackets?
I think that's pretty close, and you see your face at the same time.
Yeah. Hopefully so. So hopefully y'all can still see everything. I'm trying to wait for my thing to actually catch up with us so I can make sure that y'all are where you need to be. Yes, awesome. So we are taking our regular size Chanel stem. This is a 12-inch Chanel stem. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to put it right here at this bracket on the inside. So I'm going to come from one side and go across to the other side. Just like so. Can y'all see that? How I am like at an angle of it?
I'm taking the bottom of the first.
And then I am going to twist really, really tight right there. Okay? So that's going to end up being like in the middle of that bracket. Just like that. Hopefully y'all can see. So I am pulling these 2 brackets together, but with it being at that bracket, it's not going to pull. So these 2 rings are coming together a little bit closer. And I've crisscrossed over those. So I'm going to do that for all 6 of the inside. Okay?
Zoom in closer just to the frame?
Yeah, go ahead. So I'm going to get her to zoom in a little bit closer and then she can tap on it for me to make sure that it zooms in. Yeah. Okay. Go back closer. You went right back out. Okay, so, yes. All right, just hold on. You might have to tap. I don't want it to move, baby. I want it to stay right here where my hands are. So just, all right. Yes, that is to stop them from moving is the reason I'm crisscrossing over them. Okay, so I'm doing that all over again. I was late. Is this information for clarification? Yes. No, it is just for clarification on how to do it. We're going to do all this together tomorrow when we do a kit. We're going to do the Comfort and Cozy metal kit tomorrow. But this is just for clarification on how to attach the chenille stems. And this is no matter what size that your wreath form is, you can always do your chenille stems this way. So again, I am just going to twist there and lean that to the middle. Okay? And that is to stop them from moving. Now, a lot of the problems that people have is not with the inside moving, because you are wrapped around that bracket. A lot of the problems that people have with it moving is the outside. And I'm going to show you how to make sure that that isn't. Twist the chenille stems so tight that the frame squishes together. Okay, now that is on the outside that you're going to do that. Here you're crossing over. You're still pulling them tight. Why twist? That way it does not move. It is securing the mesh right where we need it to be. So when you cross over right here, you're pulling this tight so that your chenille stem stays in place. But when you go across them brackets, it gives it like a little notch. So it cannot go across that. Okay? Again, we're doing that right at the brackets. Yes, I'm just showing basics, right? Yeah. So this is to twist right in there. Now, when we go to the outside, I'm going in between. Let's see if I can move these. Here, let me go out here for you so you can see those better. So I am going on the outside of these two. These are our middle two. I am going in the middle of that, and I am going to take these two rings right here. The bottom two, the outer two. I'm going to put my chenille stem directly in the middle, and I am going to lay them across from each other, and I am going to pull really tight to where it bends that mesh. The frame, sorry, not mesh. And it's going to indent that. See how that is indented a little bit on that outside? And that way, you cannot move this. Like, unless you're trying to pry this, and you see how hard I'm pulling, you cannot move that. Now, one of the techniques that I have learned, or the spaces that I have learned to do this better for y'all, if you put the crease, see how that bend is right there at the top of this? If I put it out here, it's going to put my mesh to the outside. I want my mesh to go to the inside, so I am making sure that that crease is right there on that form, on that wire. So it's to the inside, not on the outside. Does that make sense? So let me see if I can show you. Sorry, I got a little bit too close. So when I'm putting my chenille stem in here, like this, okay, I'm going to set it down just a little bit so I can show y'all. So if I put this out here, like this, my mesh is going to hang out on this side. I do not want my mesh to hang out here. So I'm going to have to undo that, which I have really, really tight. So I have to undo that and make sure that that bend goes up here on this side, okay? So when I crisscross them over, I want that to be on the inside, not over here, if that makes sense. I'm going to need you to tap when I get back over here, please. That's what I do wrong. Yes, and see, that's, if you put your twist on this side, it's going to flop.
You're out of the frame.
Okay. Well, that's because you got me going that way. Yeah, I would like you to come back just a little bit. So we're going to, all right, there we go. All right,
Right.
so this twist is going to be on the inside, so my mesh lays this way. That's what I want to do on all of it. I want to make sure, I gotta find my box of white Chanel's. Hold on, guys. I put them under here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to everyone of why you want them to come to the inside. So I am going to do still in the middle of those, but if I pull it this way, I know that it's going to cross right there. Okay? So this goes on the inside. You want it to lean this way, not way out there. Okay? Right. And a lot of people don't pay enough attention to know that. And then they have to go back and try to fix things. And so I'm trying to teach y'all the way to do it ahead of time, to where you don't have to go back. And so I'm literally just twisting tight and folding it to the inside to make sure that my twist stays there. If I'm doing it over here to this side of my body, it tends to want to come to the outside. So I try to go across my wreath frame just like this. And that way when I'm pulling it, I know it's to the inside. Okay? So, again, hopefully this is already being informative to you to where you know that you're going to be learning a lot. And so, we are doing simple, a form around. And we have that completely done. There are, let's get this party started. Hi, Miss Dana. So, Miss Dana, I'm going to show you again because I'm sorry I started a little bit early. But this is the way that we're doing our chenille stems. Let me undo this one to show you. So, this is our inside on our bracket. And we crisscross them over. Out here in the middle, I have my frame across from me that I'm working on. I'm working here. So, I am going to put my chenille stem in here, in half. Lean it towards me, pull really tight, and then twist. The reason I did that is if my twist is coming this way, I know that it's not going, my mesh is not going to flop out to the outside. Okay, so it's training it to already come inside. Okay, so that's what we're done. We have made sure that our chenille stem is on the inside of our outside ring, if that makes sense. Okay, now let's talk about sizes of mesh and which designs to use. A lot of time people use the 21-inch mesh. This is a good bargain for 21-inch mesh because you can cover a lot. And it's not really that much of a price difference from this to the 10-inch sometimes. So you can get the same bigness, like a large roll of this at 21-inch, and have a lot more design. The difference is if you're using the 21-inch mesh, you have two options that I prefer. There are a lot more options, but I do not prefer them. So you can do the poof method. The way you do the poof, you simply gather your mesh up on the end. So just like this, you're going to scrunch that together to you. Okay? You're going to have this little bit down here, and you're going to add it into one of your chenille stems that does not come untied on you, if you're lucky. Okay? So you're going to put that in there and give it a twist. Now, there's one of two ways that you can do this. You can measure this out on your measuring mat, just like this. Mine is not cooperating with me because I pulled way too hard, guys. So, you can pull this out on your mat, and you can measure 10-inch poofs, if that's the way you want to do it. Then you would come to your next chenille stem and add this in there, just like this. Okay? So you would take that bundle of mesh, twist it in, and this is the great way. It's okay, Miss Susan. The replay is always available. And we just got started. The only thing that we really have done is work on our frame. And I showed you the different sizes, okay? So then you have a poof right here. Okay? So that's a 10-inch poof. Or you can take an easier way to measure this if you do not want to pull out your cutting mat every time. You go to the next chenille over. So if you skip this one and went to the next chenille stem, then you can push it back. Are you pushing the mesh down and then turn? So I'm pulling it out straight like this, Miss Donna. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm pulling it back to that chenille stem. So I'm going to pull it all the way out to this chenille stem. And then I'm pushing it back to that one. Okay? And so then I would wrap it in. Now I could measure this at 10 inches every time if I wanted to. I am not going to. That is just a faster way. You can literally go all the way, because this is going to be your poof. Okay, and so then you would fold this under and poof that out, and there would be your poof. Okay, so this is with the 21-inch mesh. Okay, and so as I go around, my inside is going to go in here. Okay, so I am simply taking my mesh, pulling it all the way straight. You can measure out 10-inch sections. And guys, the size of your poofs are completely up to you. I do 10 inches. You do not have to do 10 inches. You can come out, if you like bigger poofs and you want your wreath bigger, you can measure this out. If it will quit getting stuck on me, 15 inches. And then that's going to make a lot bigger poof. Can y'all see the difference in a 10-inch poof versus this one would be right here? This would be a 15-inch poof. And this is a 10-inch. Make sure that the size of the mesh are down. So when you're doing your curl, you're going to gather this to where the sides of the mesh go in. It's just pretty much the way that it forms in your hands. So your mesh is going to be on the inside. Can you see how that just folded in? So we're going to keep going around with the 10-inch. Just because of that. You should be able to go all the way around and still have extra mesh left on a 14-inch frame. Okay? So, yes, they will already be formed in. And then you're just pulling them out to fluff. Just like so. That is the poof method. I am not a fond lover of the poof method, but if you're using your 15 or your 21-inch mesh, this is a great method to use on it. Okay? So again, you are simply twisting this in just like so. Then your poofs will be made just like so. Christina, baby, can you zoom out just a little bit? Just a little bit. We're going to zoom out. How tight do you put the mesh on the ties? As tight as you can get it. Go in just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So make sure I'm not blurry. How tight do you put the mesh on the ties? As tight as you can get it. You don't want these to go anywhere. So you want to twist your chenilles as tight as you can get them on this. Okay? So then you go simply around. Go your 10 inches again to your next chenille. Put that in there and twist just like so. And you want this tight. You don't want your poofs to be able to move around. Then you're going to fluff them just like we have done every time for your poof. Okay? So we have one more here. Now, we started right here on this. So I am going to go back to this one, just like we did. This is where everyone always gets confused on the poof, because you don't want to leave that one out. So you definitely go back into it, just as high as you can get your chenille. And now that tail that you have right there of where you started, push it in your poof. It's going to hold your poof up, just like that. Okay? So if you do each one of these to where you poof it out, just like so, that's what your frame is going to look like so far. Alright, now, I just started right back to where I started at originally. I'm going to pull out 10 inches, just like before. And instead of going back on that, I'm going to my next chenille stem, which is on the inside. I am simply laying that in there just the same way, and I will go around exactly the same way. Just like so. For a mesh, yeah. Now, it looks a little weird right there, guys, but it won't when you come back with one to this chenille stem, okay? So we started there, we're going to the next chenille. Does everybody understand the poof method, or do I need to keep going? Let me know with hearts, thumbs up, something if you need help with it. Or just ask the question, guys. So, just like so. We're still doing our 10-inch poofs, just like so. Yes, I'm good with that. Got it. Awesome. Got it. All right. Awesome. So, we're going to keep going. If you go all the way around, when you get back to this, where you started at, which was way over here, you have a chenille stem hiding right here underneath this, because when you started back where you started from, you're going to the next one. So that's where you're going to end. When you get to the end and you cut your mesh, you're going to take that tail that's sticking up like this of where you started, and you're going to make sure that that is in that ruffle. Okay? So when you get back here, you're going to have a tail sticking up. You're just going to make sure that it poofs right up in the middle of your poof. Okay? Now, continuing with the 14-inch frame, just like that. Everyone has asked about a woodland ruffle. But before we get to the woodland ruffle, I want to show you another one with the 21-inch mesh. And it is, baby girl, can you hand me that brown 21-inch mesh down there at the bottom? Okay, so another one for the 21-inch mesh. If you have 21-inch mesh that you're wanting to utilize, you can take this. Okay. All right. So you can actually take this using your easy tail board wherever I put mine, because you never know where I actually stick mine. Sorry guys, getting a little bit close. You can cut your 21-inch mesh into 12-inch sections. Okay, I'm going to move our orange completely out for now. Okay. You can take and cut this into 12-inch sections. Okay? Just like so. Now, I'm going to cut another one because my end was a little jagged. Okay? And I want to be able to show y'all a clear cut. So, you cut 12, because you're working with the 14-inch frame, you have 12 chenille stems. So, you're going to cut 12 of these 12-inch sections. Okay? Just like this. You're going to take your hands and you're going to roll. So your curl is going to be up, and you're going to make this into a long roll. Just a little slender tube. It can be as tight as you want it or as loose as you want it. This one is totally up to you. I prefer a little bit of a loose curl just because it covers more area. So, and about chest width apart, or you can measure out 6 inches. You're going to pinch this here and this here. If you need clips, you can use clips. So you could actually take and put a clip at 6 inches right there as that curl. Okay? And then there is a 6-inch one here. Okay? This is called the awareness ribbon method. Okay? So it's going to really look like an awareness ribbon when you have it on there. Just like so. This design that we're using here is a curl, poof, curl. Okay? So, let me get another wreath frame. I'm going to have to come across you guys, so give me just a second. Let me grab a frame. Okay, so we have another, sorry, maybe I won't get blurry on you. Hopefully I will not. Okay, so if we have a chenille stem, put that underneath my arm. So if we have our frame already fixed up, just like we did before, we are going to have, I did research and it's called an awareness curl. Okay. So yes. Awesome, Miss Gigi. Thank you. So you're going to have your chenille stems just like this. You'll have one out here, but we're not going to show you out here yet. Okay. So you're going to have your 2 on the inside. You're going to take your 6-inch curl. You're going to put it in this. And you're going to twist that tight. Now don't twist it too many times because you're going to have to untwist this. Then you're going to take this one. And you're going to put it here. Okay? So this is a curl poof curl because you have a curl, you have a poof, just like so, and a curl. Okay? Now when we come back through to add the other one, and I'm going to use this one that's messed up cut, guys, just to show you. So when you roll this one up and you have your other one, the 6 inches here, you're going to open this chenille stem up, okay? You're going to place this one inside that, and you're going to twist your chenille stem back, okay? Then we would already have our other chenille stem over here on this bracket, just like so. So this curl would go here and twist on, okay? Then you're going to have a poof here. So you would go around all the way on the inside and the outside with curl, poof, curl. Then there would be a curl, poof, curl. Does everybody understand that? And this would be your whole entire wreath would be done in this way. Then I would come back on the top of this with the woodland ruffle. So I would have my 10-inch mesh. You can cut this into 15 or 20 inch. What is your favorite for the 21-inch mesh and why? I love the curl poof curl, which is what I'm showing you here, because to me it adds a little bit of everything. And so by the time you put your woodland ruffle on top of this, you have a lot of dimension to your wreath. It's fuller and it looks a lot more professional. So it doesn't look like you just stuck with one style and run with it. So the 21-inch mesh, my favorite is by far the curl poof curl. Okay? And y'all, I'm new to this just like many of y'all, so I learned a lot fast. And so a lot of people said that the woodland ruffle only looks good at 20-inch sections. I don't agree with that. I do like 20-inch sections. To me, it's a little much, so I like the 15-inch woodland ruffles, but you don't get that much of a curl with the 15-inch. But to me, that's okay, because y'all know I like the little rough look to it. So I'm going to show y'all at the 20-inch, which is what everything that I have done research on says if you're doing the woodland ruffle to do the 20-inch cut. So this is my 10-inch mesh, and it is in a 10-inch. So 10-inch, and it's cut 20 inches long. So for the woodland ruffle, same thing that we did earlier today in our live. You need a clothespin or something to clip the other end with. You roll this 3 times. Now on 20 inches, I wouldn't even mind rolling it. Now when I do 15-inch mesh, I normally only roll 3 times, but you can do this 4 times, okay? So just roll it up and then pinch it, okay? And if you do tighter curls down here, you're going to get a tighter roll. So you can definitely do tighter rolls if that's what you like, okay? Flip it around. Do the same thing. How many ever sides that you did that way, how many ever tightness that you did on that end, do it down here, okay? And then you simply scrunch this together, which is let your fingers do the walking and crunch together, okay? So you're literally should be able to pinch this to where the clip is just about off of that. Hold that tight. You're going to have curls here and here. See your curls? I put these face down. I like this flat part to be up. And so when I'm doing the curl poo curl like this is going to go in here like this. And I'm going to twist that tight. Okay? That is going to be a curl, 2 little curls with a flat ruffle, a poof, and then your 2 curls on the end of your woodland ruffle with this. So to me, by the time that this is all filled out and done, this is an amazing combination of ribbon or mesh. Granted, my colors don't look so hot together just because I reached and grabbed. But you get the idea of the curls with the flat part of the ruffle going with your poofs and your curls of your curl poof curl. Okay, so this is one way to use your 21-inch mesh with your 10-inch mesh. Okay, now you can use your 21-inch mesh for one more style. I have used this on one of our things during our lives that I do with y'all every day. I wasn't crazy about it, but that's just my preference. So you can do 12-inch cuts again, just like you did the curl poo curl. And what Miss Gigi was talking about was the ribbon, awareness ribbon method. Okay? Halloween colors, yes. It's just the 2 that I pulled out over here. So again, you roll this up and it's going to look just like an awareness ribbon. I do always put the curls, now it says, do you always have the curls on the outside and on the inside? Yes. So I do that for all the way around. So I have it on the inside and the outside. So, and that's pretty much my go-to always. So you have your curls and then you make an awareness ribbon. So you cross these over just like this. Then you would take this. Now I put my top of my awareness ribbon to the inside when I'm working on the outside rail. So let me get one of my outsides out in here real quick, guys. So again, I want to make sure that my twist is up here towards the middle, okay? So I'm going to take my awareness ribbon and I'm going to put that top facing that way inside. So my top is going inside. So when I look at this, I look like I have an awareness ribbon. And I'm going to twist this in. Just like this. Okay? So my curls are on the outside. My top is on the inside. And when I do this again, I really should have had some of this 21 inch already cut up, guys. It would have been easier for us. So when I do this 12 inch cut again, my next roll that I do, which is my awareness ribbon, just like we were just doing, would be on the inside. Let me get a Chanel stem going. So this would be our Chanel stem on the inside that crosses over the brackets. Okay? So when I'm coming from the inside, I want to swap this around. Okay? So my curls are coming in on the inside and going out on the outside. Just like that. Okay? So that's the difference between the inside and the outside. Does that make sense? Then over here on that bracket, or in the middle on my outside right here, I'm going to have another one with my tails going out, my curls going out, and my body going in. So this being the body would come in. And then again, I would lay either the curls, which is a great way to do the 10-inch mesh. If you cut two 15-inch pieces, just like this, this is the curl method that I'm fixing to show you is going to be the curl method. The curl method is what I would use on top of my awareness ribbon, because I would want my curls to go, okay? To do the curls, you simply take a 15-inch piece of mesh and you curl it straight up. You need two of these, just like that. You can take a clip and put on it, but you need two of these for one Chanel stem, okay? So you're rolling these up into curls. You're going to take two of these, crisscross them over each other, and then you would add them to a Chanel stem. And give it a really, really tight curl. Or tight twist, okay? So then you're going to have curls here and you're going to have curls here. And then you're going to have the little body on the outside, okay? I did this in one of our wreaths before, which we actually used the awareness ribbon breast cancer on. I was not crazy about the outcome of it, but that is one of the styles that a lot have fell in love with. So I wanted to show y'all that. So a 10-inch curl is a very popular bottom mesh. These two right here that I just did. This, let me get it untwisted. This method right here of these two curls crossed over, how are you putting the X on? That part really doesn't matter. As long as you have them crisscrossed over, any point where they cross, you can put them in. So you can make them to where they go this way, to where it's up and down crisscrosses, or you can do it, I mean, it's pretty much an X. So you're going to have some curls up and some curls down no matter what. Okay, but when you cross them over each other, they're going to pinch in the middle of those Chanel stems, if that makes sense. So when you twist those, they're going to cross in there. You can turn this then any which way that you want your curls to go. You can even put them in the middle, like that. But these two curls are a great bottom filler. I absolutely love doing the two curls on the bottom. So say that this was not here. So say we did not do this awareness ribbon on this wreath. Okay? We're going to take these off and pretend like we did not put those on there. I would take 2 of these, put them on here, and then I would add a woodland ruffle or a ruffle up on the inside. The ribbon is down. Is that correct? So yes, on this part. So outside curls out, inside curls in. Okay, so this is your curls that I'm referring to on the awareness ribbon. This is if I'm on the outside, I want my curls to go out. If I'm on the inside, I want my curls to go in. Okay, so if I'm on the inside rail, I want my curls to go towards the inside of the thing, the wreath. If I'm on the outside, I want my butt to go in, my top to go in, and my curls to go out. So outside, out, inside, in. Does that make sense? Trying to give time for everybody to understand. So give me thumbs up, hearts, or something when y'all understand what I'm saying. So again, curls on the outside go out, curls on the inside go in. So it all depends on if you're working on inside brackets or your outside brackets. Okay? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So this is our curls. This is 15-inch mesh here. It's 2 of the same color. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 2 of the same color, and they are made into curls. So these are 2 10-inch, 15-inch cuts, okay? 10-inch mesh cut into 15-inch sections. Curled up, it's just simply rolled up, just like you would roll a newspaper. Crisscross over and put in. Okay? Then I would either do a woodland ruffle, and this is where I would change up my color mesh. If I had 2 color meshes that I wanted to work with, or if I didn't, I would just take the same color mesh, put it on top of this, and twist that on. And that would be my woodland ruffle. Now, if my X's were going like this, I would make my woodland ruffle go like that, to where it was filling up the rest of that form. So, this is my woodland ruffle. And you'll be able to see it better when I do it in a different color. So, I'm going to do it in a different color real quick for you. But, so these are curls here. And this is the woodland ruffle. This is if I wanted to use all the same color mesh. If I wanted all the same background. And guys, I will be honest. When I roll my mesh ends, they don't look like yours. It reminds me of a butterfly. Yes, the woodland ruffle definitely reminds me of a butterfly. So yes, when I roll my mesh ends, don't look like yours. Okay, let's walk you through a curl again and see. Now, are you talking about, Miss Donna, are you on the woodland ruffle or are you on the curls? So I'm going to wait for your answer for that, okay? So I'm going to cut out, let me grab another 10-inch mesh. I already have some cut. So, curls. Okay, so on your curls, these are 15-inch sections already cut for me, okay? This is a project that we worked on the other day. So this is a 10-inch mesh with the 15-inch cuts, okay? So on the curls, if you lay this mesh down and it pops up like that, flip it over, put something on the other end to hold it. Start down here, and you'll see like a natural curl going up. It's going to start rolling. Bring that to where you control how big your loop is, okay? So just a bottle cap size, normally a little bit bigger than maybe a bottle cap, maybe like a milk cap. Just eyeball it and just roll that in. So all you're doing is rolling this up. Just like this. And it kind of does it once you get it started. It'll kind of do it on its own. Okay? So this is what your curl should look like when you do that. And again, like I said, that's about like a milk cap lid. Maybe a little bit bigger, but not big. Okay? Now, you can do this a lot. I'm sorry, Miss Crystal. Don't you love husbands? So you can do this either that way, or you can do a tighter curl. So you can do this to where it is like a dime size curl. If you roll it up tighter, you're going to get tighter curls. Just like that. Okay, so you can have thinner curls or you can have larger curls. Whichever curl that you decide with, stick with that throughout your whole entire wreath. So this is the one curl that you need for that. And then do the same thing for the other. Okay, so we got it rolled tight on those. So I'm going to roll this one up tight too. To where it's like a little dime size curl on the end. So my opening is about maybe a quarter. But you can see the difference in the curls. Okay, so you're going to take these two, cross them over each other, and see how that flap is up? Try to put that flap down to where it ends. You want that part down on it. So then you're just going to make an X with that. Once you put them in a Chanel stem, like this, it's going to bring them together, just like that. And you can maneuver this however you want it. You can spread those apart, just like that. Okay? I hope that's helpful, guys. So, you can have larger curls like these, or you can have the tighter curls. Okay? So, that is the curls. Let's work on woodland ruffle. Let me show you a woodland ruffle. So, again, we did the black in a woodland ruffle, but I wanted to show you. Okay, so if your ends always have the mesh sticking out of them, when you go to roll, just take your fingers like this and push those in and then start rolling. Okay, so if you're worried about the mesh sticking out of them, just kind of do it like a little envelope to start your rolls. Just like so. So all you're going to do is bring your bottom fingers in and then start rolling. Just like so. Okay, so you can literally make that to where that does not. You can curl these with your fingers. So if you put your middles in like so, like a little envelope fold, then you can roll up from there. Okay, it's still going to give you that same appearance on the end. It's just not going to be a clear roll. But it will still work to where you don't have to worry about your mesh sticking out. So all you have to do is fold that in and then start your curl. Okay? Just like that. Alright? So let's do a woodland ruffle in a brighter color so y'all can see the difference added to that. So I'm going to cut a 15-inch piece of this mesh. Hi, Miss Karen. Alright. So, I have a 15-inch piece of my mesh. I'm going to lay something on the other end so it lays flat. My curl is coming up. See how if I let go, my curl is coming up towards that? So, I am going to roll this, and like Miss Donna said, if the mesh is sticking out, I'm going to pull those two in. And then I'm going to start rolling. So I'm going to roll 3 times. And I'm going to put a clip. Okay. I'm going to turn this around. That clip should weigh my mesh down. So I don't have to worry about it coming towards me. Okay. So then I'm going to roll this one 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go to the middle. My hands, my palm of my hands are holding that curls down, okay? So then I am going to scrunch, which is simply bringing my fingers to walk towards the middle. Yes, right. If make sure that your cut is straight. That is true. Okay? So then you pinch that together. And to me, guys, if this is sticking out, you can feed that back in and it's going to get stuck. Remember how the mesh gets stuck on you when you don't want it to? Make that work to your advantage. Make it stick when you want it to. Now, some people do the woodland ruffle with the curls on top and the flat piece on bottom. I am not crazy about that. I have tried that, and to me, it makes it a flatter wreath. So I like flipping mine over to where the straight part of the mesh, the curls are on bottom and the straight part is up top. Okay? So I'm going to undo this one that we put on this wreath form here in our black. I'm going to undo it, and I'm going to add this on top of our curls. Okay? So there's our black curls. I am going to make sure that this crosses the other way than where our curls did. Okay? So our curls are sticking out here, and my woodland ruffle is in the middle of that. Okay? So if my curls were like that, I would still make sure that my woodland ruffle was in the middle. Okay? So we have the curls on bottom. We have a woodland ruffle on top. Now, I would just add my ribbons to the top of this and go from there because all of this is covered. Okay? Now, the other way, instead of a woodland ruffle here, you can simply do, I'm going to take my woodland ruffle out. You can do what they call a simple ruffle. I call it the poof, or not the poof, the petal. So you'll have a 15-inch piece of mesh. We're going to cut a 15-inch piece again. Just like so. Just like this. Now, to where before we wanted our curls to come up, we want this to go down, okay? So we're going to lay that to where it comes down. The curl is down. I'm going to flatten that in. I'm going to start here in the middle of this, and I am just going to pinch my fingers together. So my fingers are drawing all of this mesh together, okay? Now this is going to look like fairy wings or butterfly wings without the curl. So this is your woodland ruffle without the curls at the end, okay? Your mesh still curls because that's what it's trained to do. So I would take this at that pinch, put it on my double curls here. Make sure it's still, now this doesn't matter which way, if it crosses over those or if it lays like this, because we're going to flatten this out. And you'll see why I call it the petal. Okay? So you can leave that woodland ruff or that regular ruffle like this if you want to. I do not like that. I spread mine out to where it looks like a petal. So I curl my fingers, I put my fingers underneath there, and I curl it backwards. I take this, put it underneath there so they overlap, and I still curl it backwards to where it looks like a petal. Okay? So that is what is called a simple ruffle or a petal. I call it the petal because you see it literally makes like a rose petal, or not a rose petal, like a flower petal. Okay? So that is what I call a simple petal, or a simple ruffle or a petal form. Okay? And that is a 15-inch mesh, and you just let your fingers walk that together. Does everybody have that design? I'm waiting for hearts or thumbs up or something. Thumbs up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so we have our curls. We have our simple ruffle petal EP. I'm not sure what EP means. Got it? Awesome. Okay, so we have our curls. We have our petal. We have our curl, poof, curl. We have our double curls. We done our woodland ruffle. And then we done our 21-inch mesh in our awareness ribbon form. Okay? So, anytime that I use 10-inch mesh, you can substitute that for 12-inch mesh. Michael's is famous for 12-inch mesh. I'm not sure. I'm making a mess with this roll. But I'm not sure why they are so gung-ho on 12-inch mesh. But Michael's normally has 12-inch mesh for about the same price as 10-inch. So for foliage, I like to go with the 12-inch. But Michael's is not always the best quality of mesh, guys. So keep that in mind. You can use it. It definitely works for every one of these designs. I love using it. But I make sure that I always add a cheaper mesh, if that makes sense, with a higher end mesh. So, and the way that you can tell the difference in the mesh. A lot of your higher end mesh, you're going to have 19 feet on. The cheaper mesh, you get 25 feet. Now, that's not always the case. You can tell by the textures of this, of which one's the better mesh. And definitely by the way that it frays, which one's the better mesh. So if I am going to use a cheaper mesh, I go with the curls because it's all curled up, or the woodland ruffle. Anytime that you're doing the 21-inch mesh, you're pretty much going to do a poof or the curl poof curl. So the cheaper mesh is fine for that. But if the top mesh, I always recommend being a lot higher quality. So you definitely want to get it from a Hobby Lobby, a Joann's, Craft Outlet, Deco Exchange has really good quality. So you definitely want to go higher in on your top pieces. Where do you get your mesh? The only craft store is 125 miles from me, and it's Michael's. Honestly, I would do Deco Exchange. My discount, or my, not discount, it's my affiliate link for Deco Exchange is number 408, and I can put that link up there for y'all on this group page. He has amazing supplies, y'all. He is about the cheapest around. He's from Louisiana, so it doesn't take, and he has that huge warehouse of everybody shipping constantly. So your orders don't take that long to get to you, and Damon is just an awesome person. He does a lot for the communities and a lot for the areas. Especially the wreath making community. So I would definitely promote Damon above any of the others that I know. I have never ordered from Craft Outlet, so I cannot tell you about it. But I can tell you that Damon is fabulous. So, but yes, Craft Outlet does ship around the world. I am aware of that. And I personally, like I said, I have met Damon in person. He is an amazing person to actually do business with. So, yeah. So, when you are ordering online, how can you tell what's cheap and what's expensive wreath? Honestly, when you're ordering online, it's hard. Trial and error is about the best place, or word of mouth. Yeah, Damon just got a double order of everything. Yeah, so, but sales at Joann's are the best. Yes, Joann's has a lot of good sales. Miss Crystal, trial and error is going to be about the best, or word of mouth. I always rely on word of mouth, and that's why I asked y'all to put out there your comments and show us your work. Now, the ribbons are amazing ribbons. Deco Exchange has some really good ones. Now, I will tell you, every ribbon that you order needs to be wired. Yeah, Craft Outlet. Everybody is saying Craft Outlet. No, you're fine. I understood what you meant. Craft Outlet is amazing. A lot of people have said that. I have not personally tried that, but I can tell you word of mouth that I have seen in the 5 years of being in this business, Craft Outlet is amazing. And their shipping is pretty quick. Damon is another one. He does all journal wholesale merchandise, and it's just amazing. Craig Botchman is a ribbon supplier, and he is wonderful too. Yes, and Deco Exchange ships worldwide. So I did not know that part, but I do know that he is amazing at what he does. So let's talk about ribbons and the tails. Now, I tend to stick with 12-inch Easy Tails. If y'all have not ordered an Easy Tail, guys, y'all don't know what you're missing out on. These things are amazing, and I'm not saying that just because of my experience with them, but from all the feedback that we have gotten off of these. These things are life-saving when it comes to your hands, to headache, to worrying about what size. This is the 12-inch Easy Tail. I use the 12-inch on just about anything 16 and down. So if I'm doing a 16-inch wreath form, I'm going to use a 12-inch. If I'm doing a 14-inch, I'm going to use the 12-inch. Now, when you get down to 12 and 8-inch things, just had luck with Craft Outlet. Just placed an order with Damon. Still waiting to see. Yes. So if I am using a 8-inch or a 10-inch, 12-inch wreath form, I'm going to go down to the 10-inch Easy Tail, which looks like this. And it's the same exact design, same cut, everything. It's just smaller. Question for other people in the group. Does everyone know a great place to order mesh with in Canada? Now, I do not. I'm not so that would definitely be a great question for everybody else. Thank y'all so much. So, depending on what size wreath you are using is how big you want your Easy Tails. 16 and down, I go with a 12-inch. If I have high quality mesh all the way around in my wreath, I can get away with 10-inch Easy Tails because I know that I want my mesh to show. There are easier ways to make your mesh show and still have good quality ribbons in them. You can do the 10-inch and do every single chenille stem. Okay? If you have great quality mesh in your wreath and you want your mesh to show, you can use your 12-inch Easy Tails and do every other chenille stem. If you do every other, there's going to be a spot in there to where you can still see your mesh. You can still see everything. Awesome, Miss Rosal. Y'all are so awesome. Used it last night for the first time. Awesome, Miss Brienne. That is so, I'm so glad y'all are loving your Easy Tails. So again, this is, I use the 12-inch for anything 14, 16-inch. So my 14, 16-inch, I am going to use my 12-inch. Miss Tina, before the class ends, can you tell us how to get on so I'm not bugging Patricia? You can simply type in Out in the Country Workshop, click on it, and it should bring you right to the group. So if you go up to your search engine at the top, like if you're searching for somebody, just type in Out in the Country Workshop. And you should get a notification. Definitely you can click those 3 little dots up top to make sure that you are following the group. So yes, you can definitely click those to see that. If you tap on my face, I do believe is what they say, it should let you follow the group. So make sure that once you're here, you are following. That way it gives you notifications when I'm live. And I'm not sure what time tonight that I'm going to go live. I can just tell you sometime later on this evening I will be live. I do have basketball practice today. Awesome. So you did get a notification. That's wonderful, Miss Gigi. So, yes, I will be on tonight. And pretty much tonight, guys, is going to be a recap of today. But we're actually going to make a base. So, tonight's, we're going to pick one style. And I want y'all to weigh in on, not on this video, but when we get off here, I want you to come to the page and do a post. Or I will actually put a thing up. Mine did too. Awesome. I'm going to put a post up of the method that you would like me to use tonight. And that way you can see a finished base done in that method. What size will the mesh for the kit be cut into? We're going to do different sections of that. So the Miss Carol, trying to remember, on the metal kit sign, we're going to do a 15-inch of the one mesh and a 20 of the other mesh. So you have two meshes with the metal sign. You have a black and white mesh, and you have, well, y'all, my kid ain't in here. Is it white? Is it black and white and then white, or black and white? Yeah, I think it's black and white and red. No. Y'all, I don't have my kit in here. So I apologize for that. But the bottom mesh is going to be in 20-inch sections, and the top mesh will be into 15. So my kits are already boxed up. I am going to do a reveal just like what y'all got to do when they come to you. So yeah, but we're going to start on kits tomorrow. We're going to start with the metal one. Okay, we will be doing them on a 14-inch frame. So your Chanel stems will be done, or your Chanel stems, your Easy Tails will be done in 12 inches on the metal reframe. Okay, so yes, like I said, we're going to work on kits tomorrow, but today we're going to finish a base. We're not going to do one of the kit bases. We're going to do a completed base. So when I get off this live now, or in just a few minutes, we are going to go, I'm going to come back into the group, and I will put a post up there that says, what method would you like to see your base done in tonight? So you can pick one. You can pick the 21-inch mesh, curl, poof, curl. You can pick the curls. You can pick the awareness ribbon. Same time as today. I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30 tomorrow. Yes. So tomorrow will be the same time. As soon as I jump off of the live on the normal page, we will come here. What I plan on doing tomorrow in the on the live part is the base that we do tonight. We're going to finish that tomorrow in a wreath for the group. So the base will already be done. So it will be a shorter live tomorrow, so we can jump into this. Right. So, but you will always be able to watch the lives, recaps, and then we'll be able to go back in. So, we'll be here about 11 tomorrow. I do plan on taking a break in between the live class that we do on the business page. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. So between 11:15-ish, we're going to be in here. But I do want a small break in between because I'm starving to death now. Miss Patricia told me that I was going to want that break. And I'm like, no, I need to go ahead and jump over so they're not waiting on me. But tomorrow I will take that break and eat something in between, guys. So, no, we're not starting the metal kit tonight. All the kits will start tomorrow. We're going to do the metal kit sign tomorrow. The base that we create tonight, we're going to pick one of these styles, and we are going to do a completed frame. So we're going to start from Chanel stem tonight all the way to a finished base. We're not going to put our tails on tonight. We're just going to do this method that y'all choose all the way around. Okay? So I will see y'all back here tonight, and we're going to create a base. So when I get off here, I'm going to put up a post, and y'all make sure to weigh in and let me know, yes, if we miss the live, can we still ask questions? Yes, ma'am. And you can always come back tonight to ask questions. But yes, I will be manning this page throughout the day. I do have to work out in the shop to get some orders done. But I will be able to answer your questions. It just won't be right away, immediately, like it is here. But yes, you can definitely still ask questions. And then tomorrow, if you watch this recap and you have questions, you can definitely do that tomorrow too. Okay, misunderstood. Awesome. So what time tonight? I have practice at 3. We should be done somewhere between 5-ish. So I should be here by 6:30, guys. That gives me time to get my supper done and all of that good stuff. So go on Facebook, but in the class. So yes, Miss Donna, in order to get back to this page, you go on Facebook just like normal and go to Out in the Country Woodwork instead of, or no, sorry, not Woodwork, Out in the Country Workshop. Instead of going to Out in the Country like you do for our live classes every day, you're going to go to Out in the Country Workshop. And then it'll put you in this group for the live. So guys, I will see you tonight. I'm so excited for this class, and I hope that you have learned a lot. Remember to weigh in your options of which finished base that y'all would like to see us complete tonight. That way we can do a project with those tomorrow on our live on the business page. Okay? All right, guys, we will see you tonight. And if you don't make it back tonight, the replay will be there. But you will also be able to watch us live at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay? So we'll see you tonight or first thing in the morning, whichever one you make it to. See y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.